Everyone has an opinion. That's a fact. More often than not, you're going to talk to someone whose opinion differs from yours, but that's not always a bad thing. My name is Dalton Ferguson, and I'm here to talk to you about how I feel on the NCAA's strict rules on student athletes selling autographs and memorabilia um, for benefits such as money or anything else. But I want to start with, what's the difference between making a living in college or being taken out of something that could give you a future? In my speech, I'll talk to you about why I believe this should not penalize a player, what players this has occurred to, and what the actual policies are. After I state my evidence, I hope that you can create an educational opinion. Well, if you're a college football fan, more than likely you know what I'm talking about. A well-known college star, and now NFL players, Johnny Manziel and AJ Green, went through this, as well as two current football NCAA stars, Jameis Winston and Todd Gurley. Selling autographs for cash or free food, anything like that, is against the NCAA's rules. Selling things that they have their name on it, selling pictures that have their name on it, they can't do that because the NCAA is doing that and they don't want any competition against it. But is it really affecting the NCAA's profit margin that much to where they are taking college players out of games, suspending them, making them pay strict fines? I mean, I don't think so. Todd Gurley, the University of Georgia's Heisman Trophy frontrunner and SEC's rushing leader this year, is the most recent suspension. What was his crime? Taking $3,000 for autographed memorabilia and other items over 2 years. That was from Forbes.com. Not only does Gurley have to repay a portion of that to a charity, but he has to complete 40 hours of community service before even being reinstated into Georgia's football program. He was also forced to sit 4 games while the NCAA reviews the suspension, and in some ways I think that's like getting 2 punishments for the same crime. He was on a Heisman Trophy campaign, leading rusher by way out in front, and he had to sit 4 games and also had to pay a penalty. I just think that's wrong. And although Jameis Winston also went through this, he never really got accused of selling autographs, but he was traced back to the same person that was selling Todd Gurley's. And that was from ESPN.com. And if a student athlete's name or picture is used for commercial purposes, it can render them ineligible. The NCAA by parts Chapter 12, Part 12, Chapter 5, Section 1, and Parts 12, Chapter 5, Section 2 includes the sale of merchandise featuring a student athlete's name or likeness is against the NCAA rules. And according to the bylaw 1251, member institutions and their recognized entities, member conferences, and other non-institutional charitable, educational, or nonprofit agencies may use the student athlete's name, picture, appearance, but only under specific conditions that can create procedures or as soon as the certain procedures are followed. That was from South Carolina Gamecocks website, who last year had the best college football player and someone who's probably at extremely high risk of breaking those rules. But if I'm reading those rules correctly, and I believe I am, I read that as athletes can't use their name or likeness for anything, but the school can basically sell their name and likeness to other institutions that want to use it, or they can use it themselves. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and everyone should respect that. Now that you know what mine is, and after I've told you about the rules, who has been affected by the rules, and what the actual rules are, I hope you can make an educated opinion. An opinion is not going to be wrong, so think what you want.